From the Pupco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OSU update with Gina Mizell. I'm Jenny Carlson. Gina, the Cowboys are on a short week this week, headed to Iowa State. One win before that vaunted Bedlam game sets up. Any chance that the Cowboys have any struggles in Ames?
Well, basically, when you look at what they've done on the road so far this season, I would say no. You look at Iowa State, and again, it's funny because we've looked at this game on the schedule and we're like, is there going to be snow on the ground? Is there going to be grass that's growing really high, which apparently Iowa State does whenever they're a big underdog. The forecast in Ames doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's going to be maybe in the 40s at kickoff around 7 o'clock. And again, this team is so good on the road. They've won 10 straight road games. And it's interesting, Barry Trammell pointing this out on the way home, that each road game, it's gotten progressively easier. When you look at the conference road games, and you look at Texas A&M, obviously had to come back from a big deficit. Texas, a somewhat comfortable win. It was kind of maybe in the balance for a little while. Missouri was an easier win, and then Texas Tech, what just happened on Saturday. So, I mean, this team is just so good on the road, and you just can't really, it's hard to doubt them at this point. I don't think this will be a trap game.
Yeah, and you know, part of the equation, I mentioned before, Bedlam. I think people may be thinking, are these guys going to be looking ahead? You've been around this team. Any reason to think that they might have an eye towards Bedlam that could affect what happens Friday night?
Well, some players finally, I think, admitted on Saturday that, of course, you think about it. Of course, and it's more like when you look at the big picture of the season, they want to win the Big 12, they want to go to a BCS game, and obviously to do that, you have to beat Oklahoma. And so now we are getting closer, and so that's kind of, coming more and more into the mind, but they really have had that whole one game at a time, the old cliche, and you can see that it's worked so far. I mean, they haven't really feel like they haven't really looked over an opponent, and I don't see that happening again, especially with the bye week coming up. I mean, it's kind of like, all right, let's take care of this one last step. We'll get a little break for Thanksgiving, and then we'll get ready for OU.
All right, thanks, Gina. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.